right, divine friends, we're about to get into the weekly divination forecast breakdown. All right. And this week was very big on breaking free from things that are confining us. But there's a little bit of irritation within this week because it's like you're finally getting the courage and the momentum to finally continue to break free, break through the ceiling of what it is that is holding you back, right? And this might cause irritation, frustration. And I did kind of feel that on a larger scale of even dealing with other people. There may be the energy of irritation and fire kind of coming about this week. But this is a very big the breakthrough of your addictions, whether that is substances, whether that is codependency, whether it is sweets. Broaden your scale on how this can apply to you, right? Because it's not just substances, it's not just codependency. You know what I'm saying? It is whatever you're tying into as a coping mechanism that is essentially like keeping you in a tightly confined box that is not allowing you to move forward. And this is something that you've been working on, right? Now, this is all happening for your healing essentially and getting you to the highest um trying to get you to the highest programming or platform or reality, whatever the case may be, however you want to word that, right? Now, how we need to work with this energy is one, making sure that we are connecting to the earth and making sure that we are aligning with Earth's frequency, okay? And nourishing ourselves so we can make proper decisions. And that is the biggest part of this week's energy. Because if we are nourishing ourselves properly, we are feeding our brain enough to be able to think clearly. And if we are nourishing ourselves properly, we are feeding ourselves for our mood to be more stabilized. Okay, gut health is important and making sure that we're getting enough fat and calories, like good fat and calories, for our brain to be working properly so we can make the proper decisions to be able to shoot forward, okay? Because it's essentially like this card, okay, holding on to something that is causing you to bleed and to be able to uncoil and retract. Like literally look at this and think about how a snake retracts after it has been kind of squeezing something, okay? Think about like a python or whatever, right? So we want to essentially uncoil ourselves from what it is that we're hanging on to that is not serving us properly so we can shoot forward. That's why we need to be balanced. That is why we need to be aligned. That is why we need to be taking other people with a grain of salt, okay? Because they are also experiencing these energies and probably not as balanced, especially if they're not doing the inner work or doing divination, doing these things, right? Following along with astrology, whatever the case may be. All right, taking other people with a grain of salt, trying not to get engaged or enraged, and really focus on um the betterment of the self. Okay. I love you guys and hope everyone has a great week.